You are listening to the Strategy Simplified podcast. I'm Japheth Mast, your host, and today I'm going to be talking about the brand new 2025 top consulting firms ranking by Management Consulted. That's right, get excited. The new ranking is out. You can get it now for free by checking out the link in this episode's show notes or hitting up managementconsulted.com to get the ranking of the world's top 40 management consulting firms. In this short episode, I'm not going to be talking about the 40 firms on the ranking. You can see those for yourself, see which firms made the list and which didn't and how each stacks up. Again, link in this episode's show notes. But today, I'll be sharing some key insights that the ranking gives us about where the management consulting industry is today and where it's heading in the future. Before we get into it, would love to take a second to ask you to give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify if you're listening there. If you're on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed and leave us a comment. It really does help us know what you care about and helps us reach more people. All right, let's get into the insights. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be sharing 3 key insights that the 2025 top consulting firms ranking tells us about the state of the industry. Insight number 1 is that firms capitalizing on high growth areas are pulling ahead. What I mean by that is consulting firms that are taking advantage of outsized growth in key industries and sectors are coming out ahead. I'll highlight 4 specific areas. Number 1 is healthcare and life sciences. Number 2 is technology, which includes AI integration. Number 3 is financial services and banking. And number 4 is supply chain and operations. So any firm that is taking advantage of the high growth rate in these specific areas are separating themselves from the rest of the pack. If we read between the lines, growth also means hiring. So the growth in client work trickles down to recruiting. So if you're a working professional, there's tons of opportunities, especially in the spring. It's the best time of year for just-in-time hiring. So specifically kind of March through May is a great time of year to be watching out for new job opportunities, because when firms land new clients, new projects, right, they need the staff to be able to put on those projects to complete those and deliver those. So they conduct lots of just-in-time hiring. So check out the Management Consulted job board. That's jobs.managementconsulted.com, or check out the link in the show notes to see where those roles are, and reach out if you need help putting your best foot forward. We can help with your resume, your cover letter, and interview prep. 2 final notes here on this first insight, and this is that this year's ranking reveals emerging contenders breaking onto the list. I'll call out one, Syneos Health Consulting, and then also some legacy firms, especially those serving the public sector, where we're seeing funding being cut, right? So firms are getting knocked off because of prestige and compensation are taking a hit relative to the market. And so one example of that is Booz Allen Hamilton is no longer on the 2025 ranking when the firm was on the 2024 list. Finally, for the first time in ranking history, a government agency has made the list. That agency is the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE for short. Make sure to check out the full ranking to see why DOGE was included and for more insights on that. Are you looking for a change in your consulting career? Stax, a boutique strategy consulting firm, is hiring now for experienced consultants with 3 to 5 years of private equity consulting experience across its US and London offices. Stax serves private equity firms and their portfolio companies across several key industries, including tech, healthcare, consumer and retail, industrials, and more. Here are 3 key reasons to consider Stax as the next stop in your consulting career. Number 1, you'll take charge of your career growth in an entrepreneurial environment. Number 2, you'll create an impact without giving up your weekends. And number 3, you'll get a top-tier compensation and benefits package. What's not to love? Explore open roles now at the link in the show notes or visit stax.com/careers to get started. Again, that is stax.com/careers. Insight number 2. So the rise of internal consulting groups as a real alternative to external consulting. What is an internal consulting group? Well, if you're a company like Capital One or American Express, a lot of these big Fortune 500 companies, they create these in-house consulting teams to work on strategic and operational issues instead of outsourcing that and paying millions of dollars a year to traditional consulting firms. So these internal groups are emerging as a real competitor, great opportunities, oftentimes better work-life balance, oftentimes really great and similar compensation to traditional consulting. And so these internal consulting firms are a real threat to the traditional external consulting model. To reflect this shift, we've introduced a new internal consulting category in the top firms ranking. And this year's ranking features 3 incredible groups at a few companies that you will know and love. Maybe not love, but at least know. And these 3 groups are the American Express Strategic Planning Group, the Capital One Strategy Group, and Hershey Strategy. So all 3 incredible internal strategy groups. These are all much, much smaller in scale than most of these traditional consulting firms, but they represent real opportunities for great career progression, to go really deep into one industry, and for great compensation. Last but not least, the third insight from the 2025 top firms ranking is that this ranking offers a window into a rapidly evolving consulting landscape, primarily driven by the onslaught of artificial intelligence. So AI is reshaping how firms approach really everything from growth to hiring to service delivery to internal operations and more. And this means that a lot of firms are adjusting their talent mix. And we've specifically seen a number of firms focusing on undergraduate versus MBA talent because of the price point, right? Oftentimes, an MBA is getting paid twice what an undergrad consultant will get paid for not twice the output, especially in the first couple of years as they're getting trained up. So firms are recognizing this, and this reflects the focus on margin expansion that pervades the industry. These trends underscore the industry's need for adaptability and innovation as firms leverage AI to enhance services and streamline operations. And the 2025 ranking captures all these shifts, painting a picture of an industry at the beginning of a massive transformation. That's all for today. I hope you found these insights really helpful. And even more than that, I hope you check out the ranking for yourself. Again, it's at managementconsultant.com, or check out this episode's show notes for the link. The 2025 ranking is your definitive guide to the world's 40 top consultancies. We hope you enjoy, that you discover the trends shaping the industry. Please reach out if you need help with your recruiting journey. We love to help. We've got tons of programs, free and paid, for you. Thanks for listening to Strategy Simplified. We'll catch you on the next episode.